Hey guys, it is a different day, probably a few weeks later from the last piece of video that we had. I'm back at my favorite place though. Not doing a lot of filming yet anyways. Checking out the field area that was killed off next to a road, so I got a lot of junk. I'm starting to dig some of the lesser signals, like your 20s and 30s that I would normally ignore, just to see what's here, because the area that I'm in isn't horribly trashy until I get a little closer to the road. So I'm checking it out to see what's what. I just found something that resembles a coin that is just trashed. I'll check it out when I get home. This was ringing up like 31, 32. Didn't know what it was at first, then I realized this is like a swan with its head over its back grooming its feathers. Tiny little thing, very heavy. It feels like a lead or something resembling lead, like a bronze type consistency. Really cool piece though. So very glad to have this. It is 9:30. It's chilly. It's warming up a bit, but it was like 49 degrees this morning. So let's keep going for a little while and see what we can find. Wish me luck. Continuing on with that digging the signals that I don't normally dig, this was in the 20s, and I'm using a Legend, which means 20s is usually like foil or garbage. But look at this. This is like the back piece to a drawer pull, like you'd have the single knob type drawer pull, and this would be a decorative piece back behind it potentially. That's what it looks like to me anyways. And that was, gosh, let's see if I can get the numbers real quick, like here. I think I just messed it up. See, it's saying 17 right now, but I think this was when it was in the ground. I was seeing more like 25 or so. Cool piece though. Let's keep seeing what weird stuff we can find. Okay, just found this. I have no idea what that is there, but I'm gonna have to take extra care taking that out because I could stab myself with it. I think I'm going to put that in my finds box just so I don't do that. I have no idea what it is. Could just be a piece of wire with a cable stop of some sort on the end of it. I don't know. We'll find out maybe when I clean it up. Let's get this over in the sun. This is pretty shallow, but I just found myself a Japanese key with an S on it. That would be Suzuki. Now, what this is to, I don't know. I don't think this would be to a car. Maybe a moped or something like that. Pretty cool though. I haven't seen one quite that small, so I'm guessing it is a small vehicle like a moped. Huh, cool, we'll take it. Alright, so this is interesting. There's no recent break on this. You can see the ends of it and see it's not broken. I can see where I scuffed it a little bit right there. But what the heck was that? Was it a knob to something? Like this is a part that you turn or pull? Or was it a little miniature hammer or what? I don't know. It's interesting to figure out what it might have been though. Okay, let's keep going. Alright, this one was pretty cool. When I figured out what it was, when I took it out of the ground, I was looking at that side and there was dirt on it, so I didn't know what it was. And then the plate there kind of threw me off. And then I flipped it over and I saw this. And looked like he's missing his head, potentially. I did look for it, it's not there. This was on a base there, so it stood up. It's like a little figurine that you can stand up. And it got bent. Interesting, I wonder what this was. This looks like an old piece though. It's heavy, heavy, heavy. Maybe brass or something. I'll take a look when I get home. But that's a cool piece. I like this. I'm not even sure what this is. Maybe part of a toilet or something. But this was a hole of 1,000 signals. I think all of them are going to be garbage. I did find some pieces of glass in there. Just a piece of junk iron. That feels like lead. A washer, nail. Let me put those in my junk pouch. Another piece of junk, and think that's a light socket base right there. But wow, it just kept on coming. It just didn't seem like it was going to end. But okay, let's keep going. And I think this is something, yes, this is what I get for digging those signals today that I normally wouldn't dig. And it has a date even. Look at that. 1937 in Buffalo nickel. That is excellent. I don't know if I found a buff yet this year. I'll have to look, but this one is beautiful. Look at that. Digging those weird signals. This was coming up a 28 to a 32, which I would normally ignore because it's garbage. But I'm digging that stuff today if it's a repeatable signal, and it paid off. Look at that. Men and women, I'm going to have to rethink all the signals I have not been digging over the years. Or the months with the Legend. I got this. This is another one. It was in the 20s. But look at this. This is something interesting. There's a couple of holes right there starting to peek through. Might be a button back. Could have been a shank there that got ripped off. And on this side, that looks like there's figures. Check that out. Let me get a brush on this real quick and see if we can get a little bit more ID on it. Alright, there's the back. There is indeed a couple of holes, so this would have been like something a little bit more modern. That wouldn't have been a soldered on shank, but still cool. Look at this. I don't know what the heck. It's a figure doing something, I think. I don't know what, but it looks kind of cool, doesn't it? Almost looks like a monster with a sword. I don't know. The flames in the background, alien ship up in the corner. I don't know. Cool though. Definitely like it. We'll keep going. This was another really low signal here. But really solid. And it's round, kind of like a button there. Yeah, it kind of looks like it might be a button. Let me clean it off a little bit and see if I can get any detail. See what we got here. Okay, I've never seen one like this. That had this little insert inside it here that looks like it's red. And then look at the backside. It's hollow. It's part of a two-piece button with some sort of an insert in it to give it color that shines through, I think. So that's cool. It's probably more modern because that looks like plastic, but let me clean off the plastic and then set it in there. Actually, we'll do that later. We'll do the reveal when I clean it up good. I don't want to damage anything, but this is cool. If I set that back in there and turn it over, see how it would have shined through? That's cool. I like this. I almost drove 45 minutes to a new location this morning. It's just a public park with an old ball field on it. I might have found a rosy dime or something there, but man, I'm glad I ended up coming here today. Digging these low questionable signals is paying off. Man, I love it. See that right there? That was really faint. I am so glad I came here today. I got another buffalo. That's a buffalo. Look at that. I never have that kind of luck with buffalo nickels. Oh my gosh, let me see if I can get the face clean. This looks like it was face up and collected all the schmooze over the years. I don't know if I'm going to get a date. Hang on a sec, let me look. Alright, I think I am. See if I can find a spot of sun here, but if you look real close, there's a 28 peeking through right there. I got a 1928, so I got two buffaloes where I could get the date off of them. And it's only 10:44. I'm not going to go more than maybe another hour-ish at that. I've got a lot to do today, but man, this was a good trip so far. Alrighty, I have a faint signal here that's popping high sometimes, and already, check this out. Incidental find, whoops, but what an incidental find. This thing is gorgeous, look at that. That is a beautiful marble. Wow. What a find. Let's see. Let me get my pinpointer and see what else is in here. There's something right down in there, so let me get that out and see what it is. Okay, whatever it was deep. It was way down there, and it's right over here. Don't know what it is. Oh, it's heavy. That is not what I expected. I saw the edge of it. I thought it was going to be a coin. But this is lead. This is super heavy. I have no idea what it's for. Maybe the insert to something to give it weight. But this little piece of lead, unknown chunk of lead, got me that beautiful marble. So thank you, Mr. Piece of Lead. You are a valued... I'm going to keep you just because of that. And just like that, we're all done. I got probably 2.5 hours of detecting in there, maybe 3 if I'm lucky. It was a pretty good day detecting. Like I said, I had started to go somewhere else and then decided, let's go closer to home. Let's go back and hit this place up, and I decided to hit it up and just start digging some of the questionable signals. Man, I came away with a lot of stuff. I got to go back and do this again. There's a lot of territory there and a lot of questionable signals, so I'm going to go back and hit up a lot of them, because just doing that. Now, some of these signals were good signals, but most of them were like, I generally wouldn't dig them because it sounds rather, the numbers are rather low down in the area where a lot of the stuff is garbage. And I did get a lot of garbage, but I gotta show you what I got with for the keeper, the good stuff, the stuff we learned something from, the stuff that gets me excited. Look at all this stuff. I mean, this isn't a fraction of it because I got a lot of garbage too. I kept this to clean it up. Big old piece of iron. I thought I might be able to figure out what it was from, but I can't. There's like a circular thing there in the middle, perhaps, but not enough to identify what this was. It's just a big old chunk of iron. Some lead. This was lead too. I think this is the last item that I dug where it was kind of rounded off and then flat. This looks like whatever it was. You had a depression, and then the lead was melted and poured into that depression. So this may have been a weight to hold something down. This is that thing that I still don't know what it was, but I put it away so I didn't stab myself. It almost kind of looks like this was the spoke to a bicycle and this was a hold down, but I don't think the end would be this big though. I'm just not sure. Interesting. It's just garbage though. Nut. I think that's a light bulb base. Pencil topper. This looks almost like part of a knife, like the insert in the center of a knife where the blades would go, or maybe on the outside where the scale would go. Not sure. Part of like an escutcheon. I don't know what this is. It's junk, but it's cool. It looks like a little miniature miner's pick, and I almost want to fix it, but I don't know what I'd do with that thing. It looks cool to me. I like that. That may be a thumbnail. That marble, look at that marble. That's a beautiful marble. Just an incidental find, but man, some of those are the best finds possible. What was it, a Suzuki key? Yeah, Suzuki key, the S for Suzuki. I got me one penny that wasn't, zinken, a 68. This button or snap or something. Don't know what that is. Top to something interesting, but not horribly old. Don't know what this is. It says patent 1689691. Could be a button, like a button back or something, but I think that would be pretty modern. That base to something or other. like a figurine or something probably. This I think is just lead. I kept it because I swore somewhere mixed in here I could see what looked like a coin impression or something like that. But it's just lead, so I think it's just where it was poured, whatever it was poured on. So nothing special. I don't believe. Bag seal potentially, but I don't think so. Here's that button that had that plastic back thing. Like, see, that's what it was cleaned up. So you would set that in there and the red would show through. Lighting is horrible right at that spot, but you get the idea. You can see it when I get back away from it a little bit. This is fairly modern, but cool idea. I love this little swan. This little dude is so cute. Or dudette, whichever. I'm not sure. I didn't ask. I didn't get that personal. This, really cool, really interesting. It's no markings on the back, very lightweight, fairly modern, I'm pretty sure. But I like the symbols. There's like a soldier with a sword and the protector, the shield. Up in the upper right looks like crossed swords, and bottom right maybe wheat stalk. Probably doesn't represent anything, but it's interesting. This was really cool. This piece that was bent over, it looked like in the cartoons where the guy is standing up in front of the road, the thing that flattens your road surfaces out with those big old rollers, and he just gets a steamroll. He just gets steamrolled over, and that's what he looks like afterwards. Missing his head though. This was cool. This is junk, but it's interesting junk. This is a dental cream, but if you look real close, it says milk of something, or it's milk of magnesia dental cream. This is old. I think this would probably be 50s or 60s, maybe even older. I didn't look it up, but milk of magnesia I don't think has made dental stuff in a long time. And then a couple of buffs for the day. I don't know if I have had a 2 buff day in probably 4 or 5 years. So that's really exciting. Next to last year for that buff there. They ended in 38. So, staying close to home, digging the Iffy Signals, paid off huge. 2 buffs. I could not be happier with this trip out. Well, I could if I could have got Spanish silver or something, but we knew that wasn't going to happen. For what I have available around me, for the types of stuff that I find, this was a great morning. I loved going out, and I plan on trying to get back there this weekend if the weather holds out. See what we can see. Weather is, speaking of weather, turning to that time of year where it's starting to get cooler. So it's pretty soon it's going to be hard to detect. So I've got to figure out what to do. I have a few household projects, redoing some closets and things that never got painted when I repainted the house, because closet doors always closed. I don't look inside them. But I got started on a couple and I want to finish that. But other than that, I don't do a lot of winter projects. What do you guys do in the winter when you can't get out and detect? Tell me what you're doing. Maybe give me some ideas too. So, anywho, dinner's almost ready. Just a few more minutes left. And I am very hungry. So, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.